I still don't know what hurt more that night, the table I was given, or the way my family looked at me like I didn't belong in it. It was supposed to be a normal family dinner. Nothing special. My parents had called everyone over to celebrate my sister Mia's engagement. Her life was always the important one. It's the perfect one. When I walked into the dining room, I froze. There were 2 tables. The main dining table was fully decorated, candles lit, wine glasses shining. My parents, my sister, her fiancé, all already seated there, and then there was me. A small plastic kids' table pushed into the corner near the kitchen. No name card, no proper chair, just me, expected to sit there quietly like I didn't. My mother smiled and said, "It's fine, you'll be more comfortable there." That was the moment I felt it. Not anger, something worse. Like I had already been erased from the family. And I just hadn't realized it yet. Then her fiancé walked in, and everything changed. The room was already loud when I sat down at that kids' table. Laughter echoed from the main table. Glasses clinked. My sister Mia was in the center of everything, like she always was. My parents were smiling at her fiancé, like he was some kind of achievement they had personally built. And me, I was in the corner, eating from a plate that felt like it didn't belong to me. I told myself not to care. I told myself it was just one dinner. But it wasn't, because this wasn't new. This was just the first time it was so obvious growing up. It was always like this. Mia got the praise. Mia got the attention. Mia got the "you're so talented" speeches at every gathering. I got the "she's quiet" label. Quiet meant invisible, and invisible meant useful only when needed. I was pulled in when guests came over to make the family look complete, then pushed out again when real attention started. That night, I thought it would be the same Dot until the door opened. He walked in, Mia's fiancé, tall, confident, slightly late. He was still adjusting his sleeves when he entered. The moment he stepped into the room, everything shifted. My mother stood up quickly. "You're here." Mia ran to him laughing. Everyone focused on him instantly. Everyone except him, because he stopped mid-step, right at the entrance. His eyes weren't on Mia. They were on me. I felt it immediately. That kind of stare that doesn't feel like curiosity. It feels like recognition, like he was pulling something from the past that didn't belong in the present. His hand slowly reached for the doorframe. Beside him, not casually, like he needed support, like his legs had suddenly forgotten how to stand. Mia noticed, "Are you okay?" He didn't answer her. He just kept looking at me, and I started feeling something I couldn't explain. Not fear, not confusion, something closer to memory, but didn't know why. Finally, he blinked and forced a smile. "Yeah, I'm fine," he said. But his voice didn't match his face. He walked in slowly, but his eyes kept coming back to me again and again, like I was a problem he couldn't solve. Dinner started soon after. I stayed at the kids' table. No one asked me to move. No one even looked at me anymore, except him. Every few minutes, I caught him staring, and every time I looked back, he quickly looked away. It made my stomach tighten. After a while, I heard footsteps. He was standing next to me, close enough that I had to look up. Double quotes, "Do I know you?" I asked first, trying to break the silence. He hesitated. I think I know you," he said slowly. "That's not an answer," I replied. He exhaled like he was trying to hold something back. "You used to work somewhere, right? A shelter, maybe?" My spoon froze mid-air. Riverside Shelter. A place I hadn't heard mentioned in years. "I don't remember you," I said carefully. He nodded, like he expected that answer. "You wouldn't," he said. "But I remember you." Before I could ask anything else, Mia called him back, but he didn't move immediately. He just stood there looking at me, like I wasn't just someone from his past. I was something important he had lost track of. And then he finally walked away. But the air didn't go back to normal. It got heavier, and I knew somehow that dinner wasn't going to end the way it started. After dinner, everyone moved to the living room. Music started. Conversations got louder. Glasses refilled, but I stayed behind, cleaning plates, because no one told me to join them. That was normal. That's what I told myself until I heard his voice again. But this time, it wasn't casual. It was tense. He was talking to Mia in the hallway. "I need to ask her something," he said. "Why her?" Mia's voice was sharp. "Because I think I know her," he replied. Silence, then footsteps. They were coming back, both of them. He walked straight toward me. Mia followed behind, confused, and then he stood in front of me again. This time, his face was different, no hesitation, just urgency. "I remember now," he said. My heart slowed. "What exactly do you remember?" I asked. He swallowed. "You used to come to Riverside Shelter every weekend," he said. "You used to bring food. You used to sit with people no one else cared about." The room around us faded. Even Mia stopped talking. "That's not possible," I said quietly. "It is," he insisted, "because I was one of them." My breath caught. He continued. "I was 17. I had nowhere to go. I slept behind that building for weeks before they let me inside." Mia looked at him like she didn't recognize him anymore. And he pointed at me, was the only person who treated me like a human being. I couldn't speak because I remembered fragments now. A boy sitting alone, always quiet, always hungry. I used to sneak him extra food. I never knew his name. I didn't. "No, that was you," I whispered. "I know," he said softly, "but I never forgot you." Mia suddenly laughed nervously. "This is insane. You're saying you knew my sister before me?" He turned to her. "I'm saying your sister saved me when I had nothing." Silence fell hard. My father stood up from the living room. "This is irrelevant," he said coldly. But the fiancé didn't stop. "I didn't come here for this dinner," he said. "I came because I recognized her the moment I saw her." My mother stiffened. That's when I noticed something strange. Her hands were shaking. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a folded photo, and placed it on the table. I stared at it. It was me at the shelter. But I wasn't alone. Behind me stood my mother, younger, different, like she was hiding from something. The room went silent. My father's voice cracked. "Where did you get that?" The fiancé looked at him. "She gave it to me." Everything stopped. Even Mia. She told me not to ever mention that place. He continued. My mother finally spoke. Enough. But it was too late because now I was looking at her properly, and for the first time, she couldn't meet my eyes. That's when I understood the kids' table wasn't the insult. It was control. And that shelter was something they never wanted me to remember. I left that house that night without another word. No one stopped me. No one followed. But as I stepped outside, I realized something terrifying. The life I thought I had grown up in was built on missing pieces, and my family wasn't hiding me because I was less. They were hiding something about me, something connected to that shelter and to the man who walked back into my life. It's like a ghost from the past. I still don't know the full truth, but I do know this. That night wasn't the end of the story. It was the moment everything finally started to make sense. And what I find next will destroy the version of my family I've known my whole life. If you want part 3, comment, truth, and subscribe because this is far from over.